Well, you guys ready for some poker? That's what we're about to see there. Right.
Is it recording?
It's recording.
What?
Yeah, sure.
Are we going to disclose your initial pitch?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So the initial pitch was...
Give me that back.
Okay, then I'm putting the time on.
Demo level. Could you stop the rasterizer process? I'll bring it right now. And then I'll actually see the drawing look good.
Hello, everyone.
And it won't disappear.
Who enjoys poker?
Woo!
Yeah.
You have.
Only the rasterizer
All right.
process.
We set out to create a poker game. One of the frustrations right now with poker, there are various avatars. They only want to get crazier. Sure, they look great, but what if you could have video? Why can't you have video and actually interact with the person that you're playing against, call their bluff, see their eyes move, see that smirk, whatever it is? And that's what we set out to create, and I believe we've done that today. And I'm going to pass the mic over to the guy, the brains behind the operation. You did an awesome, awesome job, Matt Shelley.
For the judges. Hey, thank you very much, you guys. So we have two apps there on the home screen that you guys can go ahead and launch. I'll bring up the similar version here on the desktop. So, as Nari had mentioned, basically we were going for something where you could gamble online and actually stream real-time video. The desktop doesn't offer this functionality, but the other ones do. What am I talking to? Okay. Yeah, so this actually started out kind of as I was mingling with some of my fellow colleagues out in this room. The idea of strip poker came up. Been playing around a lot with the Google APIs. I figured, it'd be fun to play with something like that. Obviously, we didn't quite take it that full route. Like any good project, we innovated. We evolved, kind of built the project as we went. It developed. Yeah, so we have a live kind of back end. It's hosted by WebSockets, so I have two separate browser instances showing here. And here's the gameplay. You can do all the typical moves, bet, check, fold. Let's see here, 600. But everything's pretty much instantaneous, real-time uploaded. The performance is really good. Updates, keep tracks of things. What's up?
Were those supposed to be two different hands? Two different players?
Yeah, they were. They might have gotten dealt the same hand. So here's an instance, yeah. Different hands. So Queen 7 down here in the base, 210. It's a version of Texas Hold'em. So, you get the flop, 3 cards, all that logic's already built into there. But yeah, it's a great experience. You guys can't actually see it out there in the audience. I'm not sure how the video is streaming for you gentlemen. Yeah, did it not connect immediately? You close the app down.
Well, main reasons why we wanted to incorporate video in here is because we want you to be able to interact with it. I mean, heads-up poker, there is a demand for it. There are people who are looking to play heads-up poker, but I think they're entitled to play against avatars as their representative of their friends.
So to carry on from there, we're taking what is initially a classic, was time and time proved again online, and we're adding an entirely new aspect to it that actually kind of throws it back to the old days. Somebody's bluffing, you can now check out their face. Concept here is that, we'd probably port this over using WebRTC so that the throughput's really, really quick. The video streams are well adapted. On the desktop channel, it would actually utilize a responsive design. So in a desktop environment, that playing field would be a lot larger. You could probably stream all the videos simultaneously. In the desktop or in the mobile version, you could then swipe through the various players. Right now in the format that it's set up, it's just kind of a heads-up hold'em game, but it adds a new thing to heads-up and mobile. So there's generally a face on the other side. And I'd like to introduce my team. So here we have Ben Bate. He's the back-end dev. He developed the WebSockets, and it's built on Python. We have Stephen Frost. He was on the Objective-C side. We integrated a little bit of a TalkBox for API, and that's what's currently feeding the stream now, which is a little sluggish, but gets the job done. Here we have Inari. He's our biz dev, kind of an idea generator in his own regards, and a well-rounded speaker and motivator. And we also have Mike. Mike, I think he's filming right back there. So he's the guy behind the camera. And we also have Ben. Ben gave us a hand with design. We had no designers. So what you guys see right here isn't his concept. We took a couple pieces of it, but we got a designer this afternoon, so we did what we could to stylize that a touch.
Thumbs up. Good job.
And how far do you guys get in terms of the back-end logic? I mean, is it actual hands being...
Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty good right now. The logic's solid. It takes into account skipping, folding, all of that. You can leave rooms. It doesn't actually have, there's no like session or database hookup to it. So it's just kind of a real-time instance of games. But obviously, there's a lot of financial implications with this. You could have a pay model, being able to stream video games, kind of a membership thing. You port up on, reload your chips or whatnot once you're out.
And up to how many players?
Right now it's just heads up, but I mean a Texas Hold'em game, I believe it's 7 at the table, so I don't see any reason why you can't do that.
So, 2 questions. Number one, is the logic for playing poker available, like if you Google it or something like that?
We can try.
There are open source libraries.
Basis of everything.
Okay. I was just curious because, that'd be something cool to do. Right. So the other thing is, so the difference between this and what we have today is the video.
Yep.
Primarily.
Not many apps.
Like if I was playing and I wanted to bluff and I turned my phone away, you could go.
Well, that's another thing. So to kind of cap on that, the concept of it, I mean, it started out as strip poker initially. So the idea was that, if somebody's camera goes off, if you turn off your camera, you're forfeiting your hand. It's a heads-up game. The idea is face-to-face.
Yeah, there's not much money involved in exchanging clothing.
Well, anyhow. And then, so essentially you can flag a user. You can flag a user for foul play, essentially. If you move your camera away, you can have some sort of regulation.
I think a really interesting, variation of this, and I don't know, maybe it's flying cars would be facial recognition and kind of a interesting correlation of analytics to facial gesture.
Chance of bluff, 85%.
Hey, that's an in-app purchase, right?
I'm not thinking big, right? I'm trying to think if we're talking about a poker game.
Bluff recognition algorithms.
Anything else?
Did you get the video running?
Yeah, they did. They didn't share with you guys.
Okay, maybe we'll get to see that later.
Yeah.
So it's interesting enough. About a year ago, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and this was actually a project that he wanted to do. But not the strip poker one, but this one, because what happens is online, everyone else, you'll have players do multiple seats.
Yep.
So then they're actually gaming the system on the hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a version like not chat roulette, but poker roulette, where you can actually see the person and see how you're playing. Because then, exactly like you said, if the camera's off, then forfeit you're out.
Yeah, forfeit the hand.
And you can go a version of chat roulette with poker roulette.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I think it was awesome. I want to see the video.
So we have one in front of you, so you should be seeing each other essentially. Oh, yeah.
Just for clarity, which business model are you entering? Are you entering the business model of thinking that people are going to want to see each other's faces and that they would be willing to do that in poker? Or are you entering?
Poker's a proven.
Enters into the sex industry and has that business model.
I mean, I think it could go both routes. I mean, I think poker's obviously the larger, immediate model that we could get into safely. So I mean, there's definitely poker players that would be interested in being able to see that facial recognition. The entire concept of internet poker really changed things, took the personality out of the conversation, So, even for like the free sites where you got in, with 5,000 ships a day, how many times, 9 times out of 10 on the flop of the first hand, people are going all in. It's just kind of like, oh, that's stupid. But if there was actually some monetary value behind it in some way, shape, or form, this actually brings the game back a little bit closer to the traditional days.
I think the intimate value is also there. I mean, if it's my boyfriend in New York and a girlfriend in Chicago, and they want to, do the intimate poker, so to speak, that option is also available for them.
Yeah, maybe there's a in-app market purchase for some sexy cards. There's a lot of possibilities.
This was all HTML5?
Yeah, so this is sitting in an Objective-C wrapper for the time being. Again, we're kind of reliant on figuring out the video streaming. As you know, that's kind of a big part of the app. So we did that, but it is an HTML5 site, and provided that we can make the WebRTC work, there's no reason why it couldn't be a complete HTML5 app. And again, as I mentioned earlier, utilize responsive design, and you can go from your desktop, log in on your mobile phone, game.
Actually, I saw a project with the WebRTC and using actually iOS devices and working from a desktop browser and an iPad.
Awesome.
And it works. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's still fairly new. It's it's a baby, but the results thus far look really promising. In Chrome and Firefox. Yeah.
And the server you can still use yourself.
Yeah, server. It's not going anywhere.
I think my biggest constructive criticism would be to really define that value proposition.
Yeah, agreed.
Because if I'm on the phone in front of him and I'm playing poker, it's like you're not so I think there's something there.
Yeah, and it needs massaging. It's been a couple long days. We've been here since Friday night, so I'm happy with what we got out. Anything in the back? Yeah.
One problem I see is that you make this for mobile, smartphones and tablets, right? Mainly. And the camera is, you have to basically hold the phone like this all the time when you're playing the game, or the tablet. Isn't it? Like for long gameplay, it's kind of annoying. I feel like. How do you think you can solve that?
Well, when you're the one acting, I would suppose that the rule would be, when you're acting, like when it's up to you, you're looking at your cards. So at some point, you have to hold it to look at your cards. So that's really the expression you're looking for at that point.
But there are also stands where you can put your iPhone in there and then play it that way, where you're using the camera.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance of
Get in the casino.
friends as well. So.
Get in the casino. Sitting
Google
there, the
Glass.
camera's like focused right at the guy sitting there, not the guy next to him. Right?
Perhaps the other you can do syndicate where, let's say, it's a high stakes game, and you want to now syndicate that where other people are watching as people are
Third
playing.
party viewing is
That's another aspect.
I was just gonna say that bringing it back to old school, it's nice practice for all those wannabe World Series of poker players because they get to practice with like the facial expressions and stuff that they don't get from playing traditional poker.
Okay, with that,
Okay,
more
thank
to go. So
Great,
thank you
thanks,
guys. So
Still recording.
Poker,
Thanks.
to